I will not exceptionalize our immigrant friends and family. I will not tell you about all the amazing things they bring to our society. I will not invoke our immigrant doctors, lawyers, teachers, and soldiers. I will not tell you stories of hardships overcome and certain death escaped. I will not regale you with stories of how loved and needed my brother is. I will not remind you of where my father came from and that the one gift he was able to give me was my life here. I will simply remind you that they are human beings. That should be enough. And I hope I'm doing this pronunciation justice. Ijeoma Oluo.
I met my husband, a Mexican national, in 2007 after having our daughter. We wanted to fix his status as he was undocumented. He left the States in 2011 and was given a 10-year bar from re-entering the United States with no waiver. Living a nightmare of trying to keep our marriage together, our kids happy, and the inflow of money to the family. We will not be allowed to live a normal life until 2021. Immigration has robbed me of my children's daily growth and amazing first memories as I travel between Mexico and San Diego weekly. I simply want to see and hold my children daily and have the daily support of my amazing husband. Immigration is such a cold, inhumane process. It's tearing families apart when it should be uniting them. Stephanie.
I was born in Nigeria in February 1980. My father came alone to the United States in 1981 to attend university in Brooklyn, New York. On a scholarship he was awarded by the Nigerian government. A year later, my mother came with me and my older sister to join my father in Harlem. I was 2 years old at the time, and my older sister was 4. A year or two later, the corrupt Nigerian government stopped paying my father's tuition. They sent him a lone airplane ticket to return to Nigeria, which showed that they did not take me, my mother, and sister into consideration. As a result, my father did not return and instead opted to stay in New York to find work and seek a better life for my family. In 1985, our U.S. visas expired and all 4 of us became undocumented residents of the United States. When I was 17 years old, I wanted to start my life outright and attempted to get a summer job and a driver's permit. It was then my mother explained to me that there was a problem with my status in this country. Ever since then, my life has been full of letdowns. The way immigration laws are in the United States, I did not have an option for my sister and I to get legal status without returning to Nigeria. Doing that would have been a big gamble because it was unknown if and when we would be able to return to the United States. However, my parents had 4 more children here in the United States beginning in 1983. The law states that if you have a United States citizen child that is at least 21 years old, they can sponsor you to become a legal permanent resident. In 2006, when my younger brother, who is a U.S. citizen, turned 21, he petitioned for my parents and they were able to get their green cards. Furthermore, my mother became eligible for U.S. citizenship in 2013 as a result of living in the country for more than 5 years as a permanent resident. I was told that as a U.S. citizen, my mother could now petition for my sister and I, but that was half true. Such a petition would have been feasible if we were both under the age of 21, and we were both well into our 30s when my mother got her citizenship. So basically, my sister and I are stranded here with no other options, not even qualifying for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, as that is for people who were no older than 30 when it passed in 2012. Our hopes rested on the expansion of DACA, that would have removed the age limit from the program. This would have given us social security numbers, work permits, and protection from deportation. Unfortunately, with the recent SCOTUS decision, our hopes were shut down. To say all of this was difficult would be the understatement of the century. People often talk about dreamers. Well, I am a dreamer and have been dreaming for almost 20 years with no end in sight.